Yeah, what to do. We got Coach Tough in the building. Coach, where do people find you on social media and stuff? Your full name, your official name, I know we're saying Coach Tough, but one of us was the federal government.
My mom called me Tafatsgo, my dad Kenneth, and it's actually my grandfather's name. And
really?
Mukoi is the clan that I carry. Tafatsgo Kenneth Mukoi on Facebook, on Instagram is Tafatsgo_Mukoi, on Twitter Tafatsgo Mukoi.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, you're a coach, you motivate people. What motivates you?
My kids.
That's it. How many kids you got?
I got 4.
Are they listening? You're almost catching up.
I think
that's the anointing we have.
Absolutely. 5 is the number. Don't use
5 is the number.
Absolutely. So that motivates me, as well as just my purpose, knowing what I'm created to do.
All right. How does one discover their purpose?
For me, it was a 3-year journey. I had to go through quite a lot of things. Firstly, after we lost our second-born son, Kudakwashe. He passed away on the 2nd of January. After that, I went through a 3-year journey, just trying to discover myself and to say, if I had 110 days, what would I do? And when I discovered that, what, every single day I wake up to pursuing that, I believe I'm a marketplace minister, anointed to activate potential. So activating potential motivates me.
Nice. Why 110? Why not 100?
No, because he died in 110 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so you made something good out of that. I like that. Turning a positive into a negative, a negative into a positive.
Yeah.
Pause. We got sports coming through. I'm going to hand you over to sports. Pause will just grill you over the next couple of seconds regarding sports. Sir.
What sport do you follow?
Soccer.
Favorite football team?
Dynamos.
Favorite international football team?
Liverpool.
I like your work. Best player ever?
Ruud Gullit. Ruud Gullit, yeah. I think Ruud Gullit.
Right. Current best player?
Messi.
It's the ignition. As a classic brand standard there, Ilang on a Friday morning. Something goes social laws. 6th of January, 6:46 is your time. We have Coach Tough in the building, and he's just talking to us about staying positive in a negative environment. He's done a great work for the Warriors. He says they're in a good mental space. Are you going to be giving them updates and just motivating them as they go into the tournament?
Well, from this time on, the team manager takes on. I was just doing it on behalf of Sharif. So Sharif is
the one that called you.
He's the one who asked me to join him, and there's a gentleman called Elton Muchema. He's also involved in my involvement with the Warriors.
All right, that's nice. So now that you've given the Warriors some advice, I think going into 2017, Zimbabwe has some progressive people, especially the ones who listen to ZiFM. So what we want to do this morning is to just help with that progressiveness and maybe give some tools from you, Coach, to just help us through our year.
Well, the first one that I love, I think is my top tool, is an acronym that I've come up with. It's called ROAD.
The ROAD?
Yeah, no, not that, but just ROAD. ROAD.
Right.
It stands for revolutionize your realities. That's R. Optimize your opportunities. That's O. Advance your agenda is A, and define your destiny. So when we're talking about revolutionizing your realities, is that everybody is in a particular situation. There's an ecosystem that is surrounding you.
Yeah.
And if you don't make a decision to change what is happening around you, you're going to remain the same kind of person. So what we're talking about there, the first and most important thing, Ms. Reid, is that you've got to carry out some form of assessment. And the easiest assessment tool that people use is a SWOT analysis. And then use that, number one, to assess yourself, and then to also try and work through an implementation plan and strategy.
So everybody should do a SWOT analysis for themselves.
That's the simplest tool ever.
Because a lot of people tend to think it's done for businesses. It's done.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So you should do one on a personal.
We call it a personal SWOT analysis. It's very, very important. And once you've done that, I think the next thing is that you want to be able to check your attitude. You see, many people don't achieve what they want to achieve because their attitude is in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And attitude covers quite a lot of things. We're talking about your motivation. We're talking about your self-belief, your self-worth, your self-awareness. There's a whole lot of other things that are involved there. But what is your attitude? Your attitude is what you bring into an environment.
Nice.
Okay. So, but what you need to do is to feed yourself. So we go straight into your values. What do you value? I mean, just waking up to ZiFM this morning has been exciting because the energy in here and all of that. Yeah. And so the question is, what are you waking up to? Because the moment you wake up to negativity, the whole day is gone.
That's why you set up your day.
Absolutely.
That's why all the Z people are smiling.
Absolutely. And then let's move quickly to optimizing your opportunities. You see, you optimize your opportunities, and I love the ease that I've come up with. Very exciting. Because what you want to do is you want to know what is in your hands. All right. So right here, it's been super exciting because what is in our hands is our voice. So we're using our voice to
What you can do with
to
what you
make
got.
an invoice, my brother.
Yeah, number one.
And
Use
so-
our talent to make the band.
And so when you know what is in your hands, the next question is, what is your call to action?
Yeah.
How are you going to position yourself so that you can be able to do the things that you need to do? Absolutely. So the most important thing to do when you've done that is to identify the triggers. What sets in motion these things? Is it your network? Is it your expertise? Is it your exposure? Is it your experience? Those are the triggers that you need, but those triggers are also going to set you in motion for everything else.
Yeah.
And we're also looking at, sometimes it's just an issue of experimenting. I promise you, 10 months ago, I didn't know that Coach Staff would be this big.
Yeah.
I coached the national team. That's pretty cool.
That's
and here I am with ZiFM and checking out Paul's just nodding his head. It's
You know what I'm
pretty
saying?
cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And so sometimes all you need to do to optimize your opportunities is to experiment. I did an experiment with Coach Staff, and I'm really enjoying this. I've always wanted to be a life coach, and it's super exciting. The next thing is, what is it that you are going to do in terms of the enthusiasm? That's an amazing opportunity. Enthusiasm. Then your ideas. Your enlightenment, that's the E, enlightenment. How are you using your ideas? You know, people are afraid of using their ideas. Here's the amazing thing that I've learned about ideas. When you have an idea, it doesn't mean everybody else has got that idea. You are unique, you are different, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And when an idea is deposited in your mind, it is good for you. It's a call to you. If you don't act on your idea, I promise you, somebody called Coach Staff will take it up and go
Exactly.
with it. And finally, the big E is exit your excuses. If you're going to optimize your opportunities, you're going to have no excuses whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just do it, hit it hard, and wish it well. Let's go to advance your agenda. I love the definition of an agenda.
Yeah.
Being in here, I was just looking at it. Everybody's just running around and doing all sorts of things.
We're on the grind,
And
man.
absolutely, an agenda is a list. What is your list for today? What is the list for 2017? What is it that you want to be able to achieve? And who is setting your agenda?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when we listen to the radio, sometimes we read the newspaper, we allow these people to
define.
Yet you're
our
supposed to
agenda.
be asking them to amplify your agenda. So being in here like this, just coming in here today, I woke up in the morning, I said, Lord, let's do this. I'm fearfully, wonderfully made. I can do this. I'm a coach and I love it. I'm going to give Zimbabwe my best.
Yeah.
When I walked in here, I allowed the energy, the positive vibe in here to make me become better. And I'm now advancing my agenda.
And you're also
simply because
advancing our agenda.
Fire, mix and match.
but then again, it's easy to advance your agenda. The most important thing about advancing your agenda is you need to understand the issue about leverage. Now, when we're talking about leverage, my most favorite topic is OPT, other people's time.
No, not OPP.
OPP, other people's property, not people.
Check it.
Okay.
Shout out Stanley.
Then there's also OP, take other people's technology. We were just talking just now about the social media handles. How are you using social media to leverage off so that you can become bigger and better in 2017? And OPM, other people's money. Come on, you can use other people's money. But you know what I love mostly about advancing your agenda is that everybody's got some measure of talent. What are you using your talent for? I mean, I just get amazed every single time I get an opportunity to speak. I mean, everybody can speak, but I'm invited to speak.
Yeah.
That's because I'm nurturing my talent, I'm using it.
We paid to speak.
Absolutely. And then your touch. Hey, man. The moment people hear the word TK, I'm talking about TK, I'm talking about mystery, I'm talking about pose. Because of that touch is your style. It is the way that people have branded you, the way you've branded yourself.
Yeah.
Your touch is very important and you need to be able to use that. Let's quickly go to define your destiny.
We're gonna wrap it up now. You know,
I know, I can see.
I have to define my agenda. Yeah.
Define your destiny. I promise you.
Yeah.
If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Your vision, your mission, your purpose, your positioning, those things are very important. Your goals. Have you set any goals? How have you strategically planned those? And here's the most important tool I like to use, Miss Red. It's called a vision board. Create a vision board.
Yes.
And then the three V's. The three V's of defining your destiny are visualize. Number 2,
Verbalize.
Come on, brother. Or you can call it vocalize. It's verbalize or vocalize.
There you go.
And finally, vibrate. Come on. You got to see the energy, and then you're all set. So I'm done with the road to success in 2017.
Nice. Coach Staff, thank you for coming through once again. Your handle so that people can follow you and get to talk to you on a more personal basis.
Facebook, Tafadzwa Kenneth Mukoi. Instagram is Tafadzwa _Mukoi. Twitter, it's Tafadzwa ngaphansi komkhoyi.